The Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, sanctioned by AMA Pro Racing, traveled to the motorsports hotbed of the greater Indianapolis area for the 11th and penultimate round of the 50th anniversary season at Crawfordsville's Ironman Raceway. Abundant sunshine and temperatures in the mid-80s set the tone for the Tucker Freight Line's Ironman National. Hello, today we are welcome to Motocross Update channel once again. Channel that will collect various stories of the motocross industry to tell your friends. Moto 1. The opening Premier Class Moto started with Monster Energy star Yamaha Racing's Christian Craig leading the field through the first turn for the motorsport.com holeshot. However, he was soon passed by Team Honda HRC's Ken Rockin as Muck-Off FXR Club MX Yamaha's Sean McElrath slotted into third. Tomac and Sexton started outside the top 5 and top 10 respectively. As Sexton looked to break his way into the top 3, Tomac pressured Rockin for the lead 10 minutes into the moto. Sexton made the pass on Craig for third as Tomac began looking for alternate lines to get around Rockin. Tomac was persistent and made the pass stick with nearly 18 minutes left. The Yamaha rider quickly opened a lead as Rockin and Sexton began a battle for second, from which Sexton made an easy pass on his teammate and looked to chip away at a 2.5-second deficit to Tomac as the moto reached its halfway point. As they entered the final 10 minutes of the moto, mere bike lengths sat between Tomac and Sexton. Lapped riders factored into the fight for the lead as the momentum between both riders ebbed and flowed. Sexton was patient and pulled the trigger on an impressive outside-to-inside move that allowed him to cut under Tomac and take control of the moto with just over 5 minutes remaining. With the lead in hand, Sexton started to pull away from Tomac. A late push by Tomac saw him close back in with 90 seconds to go and was soon followed by an outside pass for the lead in the same section of the track where Sexton made his pass. Tomac dropped the hammer and posted his fastest lap of the moto as time ran out on the clock, which allowed him to open a 4-second lead. Sexton made a last-ditch effort to close in, but it wasn't enough as Tomac took his 11th moto win of the season by 1.5 seconds. Red Bull KTM Factory Racing's Aaron Plessinger finished a distant third, more than half a minute behind the leaders, followed by Dungey in fourth and Craig in fifth. Moto 2. The final moto saw Sexton seize the moment to grab the motorsport.com holeshot, but he was soon passed by Rockin. Dungey slotted into third, with Tomac fourth and Plessinger fifth. The Honda teammates duked it out for the lead briefly, but Sexton got the edge and moved back out front. Rockin tucked in behind in second as Tomac made the pass for third and looked to wage battle with the Red Riders ahead of him. Sexton was able to open a lead of more than 3 seconds in the opening 10 minutes of the moto as Rockin served as a buffer to his teammate. While his deficit to Sexton continued to grow, Tomac didn't put a wheel wrong and tactfully made the pass on Rockin. A little more than 4 seconds separated Sexton and Tomac once the Yamaha rider moved into the runner-up spot. The distance between the leaders hovered around 5 seconds for several laps before Tomac picked up the pace as the moto surpassed the halfway point. Tomac posted his fastest lap of the moto, but Sexton responded 1 lap later with his own personal best to sustain the advantage. As Tomac continued to try and chip away at the deficit, the battle for third heated up behind him as Rockin and Plessinger engaged in battle, from which Plessinger emerged with the position back up front. The gap between first and second dropped to less than 2 seconds as Sexton navigated lapped riders, sometimes to Tomac's benefit. As they approached the final 5 minutes of the moto, Tomac closed the deficit to a second and had Sexton within striking distance. A bobble by Tomac halted his momentum briefly and allowed Sexton to pull back out to a 3-second lead. Behind this battle up front, Monster Energy Kawasaki's Jason Anderson was on a charge through the field that saw him easily pass Plessinger for third. Sexton looked to cement his hold of the lead with another quick lap, which dropped Tomac 6 seconds behind. The lead continued to grow as time ran out on the moto. Sexton closed out his 8th moto win of the season by 11.2 seconds over Tomac. Anderson crossed the line in third but was penalized 1 position for an off-track excursion where he was deemed to have gained an advantage. That moved Plessinger into third. Overall in trading moto wins, Sexton and Tomac finished tied atop the overall standings, but the second moto tiebreaker gave the Honda rider his 4th victory of the season and his 3rd win in the past 4 races. Tomac's fourth straight runner-up finish extended his overall podium streak to 10 races, while Plessinger earned his second podium result of the year. With equal points for the afternoon, a single point still separates Tomac and Sexton in the championship standings in what is now the closest title fight in the history of the sport. The landmark battle will come down to the final two motos of the season. Who do you think will win the title of Ironman Motocross 2022 champion? How are you? What are your thoughts on the clip? If you like it, please press like, press share, press subscribe. Please encourage each other and see you again in the next clip. Hello.